here from the International Shanghai circuit. We've got 18 drivers on the grid this week, which is all good. And to be honest, I should have got up the list earlier, but I'm a little unprepared today because I'm feeling a bit groggy after getting up here. Well, basically staying up all night last night to watch the Australian Grand Prix. It was good. Good for Ricardo, but you know. Oh, spoiler alert. Anyway. So it looks like we're only going to have 18 drivers on the grid. I'm just trying to work out who's not here. All good, all well and good being organised, isn't it? But anyway, before we start, just to have a quick mention that all drivers will remain in the garage for 1 minute at the start of qualifying, out of respect for Charlie Whiting, who lost his life in the earlier on this week, and they will all be wearing black helmets in respect, which is a shame. Deeply gutted, to be honest, because Charlie Whiting has basically been the referee for as long as I remember. 88, I think, was the first time when Charlie Whiting first done a race. So yeah, that was quite shocking to wake up on. I think it was Thursday. I think it was Friday or Thursday. It was one of them where I was just taken back by it. And we got a bit of rain on the we got a bit of rain here in China at the moment. Of course, remember that we'll have no action for the first minute, as I said, because all drivers are remaining in the pit lane. Well, they're supposed to be. Obviously, someone didn't get the memo. And he's waiting at the end of the pit lane. Right, qualifying has officially got underway, and we've got a car parked just come out of the pit lane now. So we've got Vesley coming out of the pit lane, who's driving for McLaren this week. We've got NDSM, who's in the Williams this week. So then we've got a couple of driver changes on the card. So Toro Rosso have now, unfortunately, Racer decided not to continue with us. Of course, he drove in Australia and had a fantastic race, but he has been replaced by Nosey. Now, if you've never seen Nosey race before, you're in for a treat. He's a very talented driver, and I think that Toro Rosso still has the best team on the grid, albeit they've lost one great driver and they've got another one in Nosey. So great stuff. And we've already got a car off the track. That's Weezem Blades. I'm just going to call him Blades. And of course he didn't drive last week because he was absent. And he's driving in the American Haas team. But anyway, yeah, so our driver lineup for this week, this is the latest driver lineup. We've had so many driver changes already this season. So we've got the Toro Rosso team, we have Bilton, Matt and Nosey. And of course we've just said about Nosey coming in. In the Mercedes team we have McVicious, and I'm going to have a real trouble pronouncing this name, and I don't, yeah. I have no idea how to pronounce that. So Zijacqui okay, Zijacqui is in the Mercedes. He's another new driver that's come in, and of course we finally got two Mercedes on the track, I believe. In Ferrari we have Smoke and Dr. Surge. Both drivers in the Ferrari. In the Haas then we have Remy and Blades. In the Williams we have Killerman, and we have NDSM. I think he missed last week. In the Renault we have Gunnar and Fozzy. Gunnar has challenged me to say his first name, but I'm probably going to butcher it because I think it looks like it's Cobb. I don't think that is it? But yes, Gunnar is driving the Renault team along with Fozzy. In the Force India we have the winner from the first race in Australia, Hunter, and he is joined by Gator Nation. And I can't see Gator Nation in the field at the moment, so that's one of our drivers that is not which is not out there. And now we're just joining Vesley now, who is the first man on on the damp track who's going for a set a time in this qualifying session. Everyone is on the intermediate tyres. Anyway, going back to the driver lineup. Bradders, I think, is the second man. This is not in. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. Hopefully our cylinder's slowing down. But we've got a so Bradders is not in this race this week, unfortunately, and that's a shame. And of course his teammate Vesley is driving the McLaren. In the Sauber we have the driver of the day from last week. We have Venstra. Had a great had a bit of a messy start to the race in Bahrain, but he came back beautifully and drove a superb race to finish in the top 5, I believe. And Vesley going off the track there. And of course, completing it, we got Twan, who joined me in the commentary box last week. And of course, we're excited to see how he does. He's finally back from his international duty, and now he's driving the Sauber. And then in the Red Bull, we have Hardbach and we have Jochen, who of course won last race in Bahrain. Anyway, here we go then, across the line. And so those are the drivers lineup. We've got 145.0 then from the McLaren. And coming through next is Gunnar in the Renault. So what's he going to do when he crosses the line here? We have it's a 147.2 for Gunnar. Yellow flag in sector 2. And here comes Z Jacqui. I'm going to be struggling with that name all the way through this race. Oh dear. Anyway, he comes across the line now in the Mercedes driver. I might just say that for a couple of times. And he is just starting his lap. I think he might have invalidated it. Venstra goes third with a 146.7. Jochen is gone on a 145.0 in the Red Bull. Dr. Surge is on a 147 as well. And Killerman has done a 148 so far. So those are the times. He's done 6 cars that have gone into done some times amount, and Fozzie has done a 139. And here comes NDSM then in the Williams. What's he going to do? He comes across the line then, and he's done a 148.1, an early 148.1. He's in front of his teammate at the moment. We got a Haas coming behind there, and here comes Twan now, who is in the final sector. Gets his back wheel on the curb there, but he comes across the line, and how's he done it? He's gone 8th fastest so far. Vesley's just gone quicker, who's just behind Twan, a 144.8 in the McLaren. Vesley looking very strong at the moment, isn't he? And we've had Remy Madness, who's just done a 153, but I think that was probably just a sighter, and he's going to go for a proper lap now then. But who else is out there? On board with McVicious then in the second Mercedes. Of course, his teammate who had a lap earlier, but it looks like he must have got disqualified or across the line. Well, he's coming in the pits now, so McVicious is in the pits. Is it getting harder out there, or is it just me? You can see they got rid of that gravel trap now. Well, they probably got rid of it a couple of years ago, actually. That gravel trap broke my heart back in 2007. Still remember it well. Where Hamilton got stuck in the gravel. Still gives me nightmares. I remember waking up really early. Had a lovely English breakfast, and Hamilton just binned it in the gravel trap at the entrance to pit lane. Couldn't believe it. Well, at the moment, Z-Jat-Wee, I've so butchered his name already, he's done 2 laps now on his intermediate tyres and is not really registered laps, so he's validated his lap a second time there. That's your advantage about having these intermediate tyres though. You can have a couple, even though you might mess up your laps, you will get a couple more goes at it. So at the moment we've got 3 guys that have not set a time so far, and we're on board with one, and another 144.6. Vesley is flying in that McLaren. We're sticking with Z Jack Wee. He's gonna hate me by the end of this, isn't he? As McVicious now comes out of the pits in the second Mercedes. He is also on the intermediate tyres. I think that Yeah, I think he just probably wants a fresh set of boots as he comes out of the pit lane now. Get a bit of wobbly on there. As Venstre third at the moment. I'm just having a look to see who's on the flying lap at the moment. We got Smoke, who's right up there in the Ferrari. I was just racing with him a minute ago. He's looking good, on good form this week. So hopefully he can have a good result. Got a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. Can't see. I think it was someone just slowing down for the yeah, just let someone through. Here comes Hardervark, who's coming through on a 1:46, and that's moved him up to 8th position in the Red Bull. Good stuff. I don't really know what the weather's like tomorrow, but if Parc Ferme is on, which it should be on, that means they cannot change their setup. So if it's dry tomorrow, then all these guys will probably have a dry setup on, because there's no points, there's no prizes in qualifying, so you might have to go for the long game. But it looks like we've got a wet weather specialist in the form of Wesley. He's right on the pace at the moment. He's almost 4/10 quicker than Jochen, sorry. Oh gosh. Yeah, 4/10 in front of Jochen, who's no, Johan. Oh my god, I'm on the mare. I might need to start again. And we got a yellow flag in sector 3. We're on board with Bill and Matt now, who's coming across the line in the Toro Rosso. Remember, he's got a new teammate this week in the form of Knowsley. He hasn't come out the pits yet, Knowsley. He's got about 8 minutes left of the session, so he must be the coolest cat in the grid at the moment, because yeah. unless of course it might be drying up as well. It looks like it's getting lighter, the rain, but then again, I could be completely wrong. But that to me looks like that we're gonna have a drying track soon. Hopefully, I wonder if these guys will get out on slicks before the end of this session. If so, this is going to be really entertaining. It's going to be last man across the line, so you've got to judge it to perfection. And we're on board with McVicious, who is just starting his lap. He's gone a bit wide, and a bit of a handful that Mercedes is at the moment. Yellow flag in sector 3, and I think that was just for someone slowing down. So as I said then, at the moment we've got 2 guys that have not set a time, and at the moment in the drop zone we have Fozzie, we have Nosey, and we have McVicious. But Nosey and McVicious have not set a time yet, but we're following Nosey now in number 66 Mercedes. He's in sector 2. Still got quite a lot of errors left in the car. Almost 92%. Must be on a low setting. We're just in a Sauber in the foreground there. I think that might have been, I'm not sure, I think that might have been Twan, I'm just guessing that, on board with McVicious. Remember, they're supporting, a lot of the drivers are supporting Black Helmet today in memory of Charlie Whiten, who unfortunately is not with us anymore. Such a shame. But yeah. Really weird not to see Charlie White in in the paddock, and it's going to be quite. And Johan goes on a 1:44.0, and McVicious there getting the back end is stepping out there quite a bit, and we've already got someone on Ultra Softs. We've got 2 people on Ultra Softs. There's me chatting, and I should be kind of more paying on. Yeah, wow. And we're on board with Johan. We've got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. The DRS has been enabled, so the wet weather has come and gone. So let's take a look. We're on board with Wesley now, who is on the ultra soft tyres. We've got Smoke, who's on the soft tyre. This is going to be an interesting development. So Nosey then, obviously, Nosey probably looked at the times and realised that yeah, he didn't feel like he needed to come out yet. We got Weezem Blades on Ultra Softs, Hardvark on Ultra Softs. We got NDSM, who's also on a soft tyre. As we come through to complete the second sector, Wesley, who's been on fire so far in the on the damped conditions, and Killerman has retired in sector 3 somewhere. And we got a Ferrari off as a Smoke is off the track as well. This is very difficult conditions. I was trying to see where Killer's lost it. That's a shame for Killer, because unfortunately I have a feeling that's going to be I think that's going to be the end of his qualifying session. Alright then, we're going to watch Wesley now in the McLaren. Coming around the hairpin now, as he's coming to complete his outlap. The Red Bull, we are expected to go in the pits of Jochen there, and he has gone in the pits. Right, coming through, DRS has been enabled now, so let's see what our first lap can do on the ultra soft tyre. I think that for opening lap he was actually quicker than his fast lap as well. We got a yellow flag in sector 1, but we're staying on board with Wesley. Awful turn 1 and 2 this is. Such a frustrating corner. Back end stepping out a bit there, but he's got a bit of control in it. Coming down to complete the first sector, we are expecting it to be a lot quicker now. And yeah, so a lot of variety of tyres selection out there at the moment. Majority of the guys are now on the ultra soft tyre. We got NDSM who's on the soft tyre, as you can see on the left hand side of the tower. Got no yellow flag in sector 3. Unfortunately, I have a feeling that Killer Man will not be might be knocked out, because we are expecting the times to tumble down. I missed the second sector there. Right, I'm coming onto the back straight. Is it still the longest straight in Formula 1? Oh, blimey, just about kept it in a straight line there. Oh. And unfortunately McLaren got white overalls, so he might have to go and change those. Incredible. I'm impressed with how he kept on it though. I have a feeling that Wesley would probably like to go for a second run here. He comes round the final corner now. Takes a lot of curve. And what has he done? He's done a 1:39. Yeah, it's a 1:39, so obviously 5 seconds quicker. So that's the benchmark. And we're on board with Venstra now, well, I don't think he's on a quick lap. And he's not on a quick lap either at the moment. We've got Dr. Surge, who still on intermediate tyres, so I think that Surge might need to go back into the pits. He hasn't got enough time, so I think that Surge might be out of this qualifying session, unfortunately. Right, watching the Fozzie now in the Renault, 17th at the moment. So this is his first time lap then on the dry tyres. Nosey is coming out of the pits now. He's on his out lap. He should make it round in time. He's left it very late to the Toro Rosso driver. Looks like a nice tidy lap here from a Fozzie. Because this is his second drive, and we've got a 1:37.6 now for Z-Jax Wee. I'm gonna have a lot of complaint letters anyway. And now we're coming onto the back straight now as Fozzie is we're keeping with Fozzie at the moment. Of course, he's also got a sporting the black helmet. And we're coming down the long back straight. I was saying just before Wesley had a bit of a tail slapper on that I'm not sure if that's the longest straight in Formula 1 now. I think it's 1.2 kilometers down there. I remember it definitely used to be when this race first opened back in 2004. And right on his face on DRS. Well, now what Fozzie can do, he's done a 1:40. He's moved himself up into 4th position. But remember, this is going to be last one across the line, so I have a feeling the times are going to just start tumbling now. Unfortunately, Killerman and Dr. Surge are the two guys that can't improve their time. Well, Dr. Surge possibly can improve his time, but at least he's on the intermediate tyres, so I don't think that's going to I don't think that's really going to help him, as Remy goes fastest on a 1:37.0. And Vicious is now starting his lap in 12th position. Dr. Surge, of course, on the intermediate tyres, still out there trying to do something really. And we got retirement, but I think that's because he's thinking that's done and dusted. Hardwark, who's 2 seconds quicker in the first sector. We got Wesley, who's 2 seconds quicker in the second sector. Fozzie, who's going again, is also a second quicker. As we said before, this is the last one across the line. Smoke, who's on the soft compound tyre. Not sure what that is. Built a match across the line. He's on a 1:38. Smoke, who Then 140 improved his time slightly. We've got yellow flag as we've got NDSM, who's got a 5-place grid penalty for going to Dr. Sturge as Johan goes faster. Although they're coming in quick and fast now. We've got McLaren coming across the line, and here's Vesley now. We've got a disqualification as well for blocking the pit lane. Oh dear. And Vesley goes faster than 1:35.3. That's a good time. That's a very good time. Oh, I've got suggestions, but now here comes Fozzie coming across the line. Look, there's a Williams now in the wall on the right-hand side. Left-hand side. Oh, my apologies. Here comes Venstra coming across, driver of the day back in Bahrain. He comes across the line and goes third fastest. So this is like the European Grand Prix back in '99. Great qualifying. That's one of my favourite sessions ever. As We Then Blades goes fastest on 1:34.8 in the Haas. That's a good time. Wow. So who hasn't finished then? So I think that might be the end of qualifying. And you know what? I'm actually wrong, which is never unusual. NDSM, and I think that's it then. That's the end of qualifying, unfortunately. And let's just take a look at the drivers then that are out of Q1 then. Oh, no, not yet. Again, I think I'm going a bit too early, as Twan is out. Yeah, Twan's out of qualifying. Oh dear. You see, he maxed out his ERS when we was on board with him. You see down in the right-hand side that we've got a bit of telemetry there, and it said that he was he maxed on his ERS. Well, it just goes to show how much I know. So out of qualifying then is NDSM, who has been disqualified. He had a 5-place grid penalty for going to the back of Dr. Surge, and then he he got disqualified for blocking the pit lane. We might have to review that when we get the footage. We might have to review that, but unfortunately it's too little, too late now, because yeah, we can't do much about that now because the qualifying session's already underway. Right then, so at the end of Q1 then we have NDSM, unfortunately, who would have made it through but has been disqualified from the session in the Williams. We have Twan, who's out as well. He is well, unfortunately didn't set a competitive time on the dry tyre, so he's out as well in the Alfa Romeo Sauber. And of course Gunnar out who's also didn't set a competitive time on the dry tyres, which means Killerman, who we think he crashed it, but we didn't see it on the feed here, but he won't be taking part in the second qualifying either. But he makes it through, as does Dr. Surge, who was still on the intermediate tyres when the best tyre to be on was the dry tyre. The suspense is killing me. I've got a black screen here at the moment. There we go. And now we've got an all dry second Q2 now, second qualifying session. As we thought then, Killerman will not be taking part in this Q2 session, and we'll be starting 15th on the grid. Dr. Surge got by through the skin of his teeth, albeit still on the intermediate tyre. And Vesley's out straight away, as is one of the Red Bulls as well. I'm really sorry, but I think Dr. Surge actually had a qualifying ban. Like you can tell, I haven't even read my notes, have I? What a poor performance this is. Yeah, so well, because I think the rain just really threw me off the session, as we're on board with Vesley, who's on the medium tyre. We got 3 sets of compounds then. We've got the ultra softs, we've got the softs, and we've got the medium tyres. Medium tyres, of course, obviously the hardest compounding tyre this weekend. So we got a variety of tyres out there. But anyway, let me go through the parish notices then from the Bahrain Grand Prix. We had quite a few of them in Bahrain. It was a bit messy in the midfield. So yeah, hopefully it's a bit more cleaner this week. I must admit though, it did definitely give definitely give us some interest in viewing. Anyway then, so yeah, the parish notices then. Now Dr. Surge who went into the back of Hunter, That was a full qualifying ban for Dr. Surge, but Dr. Surge, as you can tell, has taken part in qualifying. It's certainly missed by me. Obviously, the excitement of seeing water fall out of the sky just completely threw me. But here comes Hardrock now coming across the line. He's starting on the ultra soft tyres and he's starting his lap. Yeah, the other. Yeah, and what's the other? We got unfortunately, we've had a one of the drivers leave. Apart from Racer, unfortunately Racer left on his own accord. Someone else didn't, and that was the former Renault driver who will no longer be with us after what I can be described as a pretty shocking incident. You kind of see that in online lobbies. You don't really see that in league racing. So yeah. The other powers notice we have with Fozzie and Hunter. There's no further action to be taken. Smoke and Hunter, there is also just Smoke giving a warning, and that's about it really. Oh, and Bill and Matt's 5-second penalty was rescinded because yeah, that was a silly penalty really. I think he got a penalty because apparently he was involved in an incident in qualifying. But I'm sure someone drove to the back of him, so that was a bit odd. But yeah, those are the parish notices. Anyway, we're now following the Red Bull driver. This is the first man to cross the line, if I'm not very much mistaken, which I probably am. Here comes Hard right now in the Red Bull. Come through. He's got about 14% of his ERS left as he crosses the line, and he does a 1:32.5. Good time there from Hard Rock. We got Vesley crossing the line now. He has done a 1:33, but he's on the medium tyre. He's very confident. We got Bilton Matt now in the Toro Rosso comes across the line. He's on the soft tyre and he's done a 1:33.8. He's the slowest of the runners that have done a time so far. And here comes Joachim coming across in the Red Bull, who's also on the medium tyre. And what is he going? And he's done a 1:33.1, and that's on the medium tyre, mind. That is pretty impressive. He's only 6/10 slower than his teammate who did his time on the ultra softs. And just flicking behind, and here comes Vestra now coming to start his qualifying lap. Knows he's in the pits. He's done. Do you reckon he's getting charged for the tyres he's using? Because knows he's a bit reluctant to go out the moment. Here comes V Jack Wee, who is on the ultra soft tyres in the Mercedes. Has done a 1:33.5. Very competitive times going on at the moment. Venstra is on his flying lap now on the medium tyre. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. That's one of the Ferraris going slow. I think that was Smoke. Well, hopefully it was Smoke, because Dr. Surge should not be in the qualifying session. I must admit though, it was a very impressive drive last week from Venstra. Impressive stuff. Well, technically, if we really wanted to be just show you how quick the times are, we are only 2/10 away from the all-time lap record set by Michael Schumacher back in 2004 in the Ferrari. A very long time ago. I can't believe that record still stands, to be honest. It's quite shocking. Well, here comes Venstra now, because he's backed off by the looks, so yeah, I don't think this is a competitive quality lap, so I think he might be going again. Yeah, oh, it looks like he invalidated his lap there. We've got a Mercedes coming around the final corner there of McVicious. McVicious is up to 7th now. Fozzie's not sure if he's struggling or if he's just struggling with traffic. I think he might just be struggling with traffic really, because he's been in the bottom half now. Oh, great power slide now coming out of the hairpin now into the final corner. He is coming in the pits. Typical. Dr. Surge is out there again. Yeah, I must admit I like his helmet colours. One's the Ayrton Senna helmet, yellow and green, but I don't think he's meant to be out there. Well, fair enough. Can't really do much about it now anyway. So we're on board with Blades now in the Haas. He showed a bit of pace in Q1, in that wet dry Q1 session. Got another yellow flag in sector 1 in 2. Usually yellow flags are just when someone's slowing down and just getting out of the way then of drivers on a quicker time. The tyre stress around here is actually quite high. So in terms of strategy, I would like to say that the best tyre to start on would probably be the soft or medium tyre. You don't really want to start on the ultra softs because the ultra softs, as Blades now goes third fastest in the Haas. He's looking very competitive this week, isn't he? Shame we didn't see him in last week where he could have been in the championship. We'll have a look at the championship standings in just a second. As we're watching Surge. Yeah, I reckon Nosy is getting has to pay for the tyres he uses. Obviously he doesn't want to use them all. As here comes Remy now on the soft tyre. This is not a quick lap, so he's going to start a quick lap now in the second half. His teammate Blades is up into third position at the moment. So we're going to stay on board now and ride with Remy, going into turn 1 and turn 2. This is a horrible turn 1 turn 2. It's so... Look at that, taking a couple of corrections on the steering wheel now. Into turn 3 then. Basically like there's a big giant snail there by the looks of it from overhead. And he's coming to complete sector 1 now. So the right turn 4 kink. Now into turn 5. Well, sector 1 time it was a 1:24.5 at the moment. A bit twitchy from the rear as well. So these corners is probably where the thermal degradation rides up. A bit of stutter there. Right then. And then we're into the double left-handers. Now coming up to complete sector 2. That's a really impressive. I think Hardvark did that time on the ultra soft. So I was going to say that looked a really impressive time from Hardvark on the other soft, but I know he done that on the ultra soft there. So Remy now down the back straight. DRS is there. Hits DRS straight on his marks. I tell you what, the spectator camera loves this Halo cam, don't it? I prefer the T cam personally, but yeah. And there Remy comes out of the second to last corner now into the final, very quick left-hander, and coming across the line. What has he done? He's done a 1:33.0, and he is just behind his teammate, 2/10 slower than his teammate. But that has moved him up into 4th position. Remember, we are looking to lose another 5 drivers, and at the moment in the drop zone we have Hunter, but Hunter has not come out the pitch yet. He's leaving it till late as well. We've got Dr. Surge. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say, to be honest. I don't think he's not meant to be qualifying. Oh well, he might just be the law, I don't know. And Dr. Surge goes 11th fastest on a 1:36.6. It's not really a competitive time from Dr. Surge there. We might have to go again. Hunter comes out the pits now. We've got Knowlesley out, and we've also got Venstra, who's also out as well. So at the moment in the bottom 4, Dr. Surge, Hunter, Knowlesley and Venstra. And of course Killerman, who's unfortunately out already, he'll start 15th. It's a lovely ride there. Smoke goes on fastest. He's done that on the ultra soft tyres of 1:32.1. Beautiful time from Smoke. But that's going to compromise him in the race though, unless he's really kind on his tyres. I don't know, maybe he's Jensen Button, and might be just super smooth. So with 3 minutes to go then, let's take a look and see what's going on then. At the moment then, so we have Smoke who's fastest. Second fastest is Hardvark, who's in the Red Bull. He's now trying to improve his time on the soft tyre. He's done his best time on the ultra soft. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1, 2, and then sector 2 and 3. And Hardvark comes across the line, and what's he done? He's a 10th slower, so he's still going to be on the ultra softs then. We got Vesley, who's now on the soft tyre, so he's out there just to make sure that he doesn't slip into the drop zone. Weed and Blades in fourth position. Remy is in 5th position, so both the Haas are starting on the soft tyre. 6th position is Dr. Surge. Now he's done a better lap time. He was done on the ultra soft. Jochen is 7th. He is on he's on the soft tire as well. So I think he's just trying to cover himself. Bilton is on ultra softs in the Toro Rosso. He's 8th at the moment because he set his up on soft tire, so he might be out there to cover. And we got Wee, who's on the soft tire. He had done his lap on the ultra soft. Yes, he did. And I think we then Blades are retired. We got McVicious, who's done who's also on the soft tire. He's gone on to the ultra soft now. Looks like everyone's coming out there. They want to get into the top 10. We got Foxy, who's also on the ultra soft, as is Hunter. Nosey's on the soft tire, and Venstra is also on the soft tire. Here comes Venstra now coming across the line then. And what's he done? We've got yellow flag in sector 2, but we're going to follow Venstra. He's only 10th. He's only 10th fastest. That's not going to be enough, I don't think. And now we got Foxy coming across the line, and what's he done? I'm not sure if I think that might have been his outlap. So we've got Nosey. What does Nosey do? He goes up in the 3rd position at 1:32.3. So looks like we've got Johan and Nosey, who'll be starting on the soft tire. And we got Jack Sweeze, who's on the soft tire. What about Hunter? Hunter comes across the line now. He's on the ultra soft tires in the Force India. And what's he done? He's gone fastest on the 1:32.008. No, 009. Good time from Hunter. So how are we looking then? At the moment in the bottom 4 then is we got Vesey, who goes fastest on the soft tire in the McLaren. He's done a 1:31.7, so he's the first one to break into the 1:31s today. We've got 1 minute to go. In the drop zone we have Fozzie. We have Vestra. Of course, he's just come across the line and oh my gosh, he almost went into the back row in the far end of Venstra is in 13th position. In 12th position is Bilton. He is on the ultra softs. He didn't improve his time, I don't believe, in his first attempt. And we've also got McVicious, who getting a bit tired, and Weezen Blades unfortunately left the session. I didn't see that. I thought he retired. And we've also got McVicious, who's in 11th position. Dr. Surge is surging down the back straight. As Vistra goes 10th fastest. Is he going again? He can't. He hasn't got any hours left. So he's very. Oh, we got someone in the barrier. It's McVicious. Great camera angles from the broadcast team here. Unfortunately, all we can see is his rear tire spinning up. So what's Bilton's got by, and Fozzie unfortunately is not going to make it into Q3. Unfortunately. Hunter has retired from the session. What can Bilton do? Bilton on ultra soft tyres here. And Surge and McVicious ain't going to go faster, so Venstra could. So this is the man that could. Dr. Surge on the racing line there, and that's probably. Oh, he's in the wall! He's in the wall. He's out. Bilton is out of qualifying. Oh dear, oh dear. The car in front of him, I think it was one of the Ferraris. Surge causing a bit of chaos in the last couple of attempts. He shouldn't be out there anyway, so yeah. Unless I'm completely wrong, but if I am, I apologise, Dr. Surge. But I don't think he was. I don't think he's meant to be qualifying. So that's unfortunate for Bilton. Oof. It's only qualifying. I've got to calm down. I'm going to make it to the race, am I? So then, as we're having a lull at the moment, there is no one out on track, I believe. So let's take a look at the guys that missed out on Q3 then. As Blaze has been kicked out of the session, he's just sent me a message. I don't think I can invite him back in, guys. So if someone can invite Weezen Blades back in, that'd be great. So out of Q2 then we have Killerman, then we have Fozzie, we have Bilton, we have McVicious, and also we have Dr. Surge, who is also out as well. But yeah, might be a few Might be a few interesting developments going on. Welcome back, everyone, after that short break. Basically, I was getting a drink, and we are now ready for Q3. So this is where the car should be the absolute fastest on the weekend. And who have we got coming? We've got a Red Bull coming out, we've got a McLaren coming out. Of course, all these guys should be on Ultra Softs in this. They're very confident in their skill. And so then, in the top 10, then we're focusing more on the guys. Unfortunately, the guys on the guys that I can't do two things at once. Oh, I can't do two things at once. A couple of technical issues. I'm just trying to get a driver back into the lobby. Right. Excuse me. This is what I need a co-commentator. Losing my voice already. Right, here we go then. So in the top 10 we have Vesely, we have Harvard, we have Smoke, we have Hunter, we have Zijacqui, we have Nosey, we have Vestra, we have Remy, Blades, and we have... is Blades in this? He is back in this. Excellent. So everyone is out on their outlap at the moment. So the first man to start his lap, I think, is Venstra. I'm going to be so unpopular. I keep saying I'm going to be so unpopular after this. I'm just completely butchering everyone's names. Right, Vestra now on the Ultra Softs. As I said, no one should be on any other tyre really, because you also get a free set of Ultra Softs back if you make it into Q3 anyway. What a lovely day now after all that, after all the rain in the first session. And talking of which, we've got Nosey who's on the medium tyre. So yeah, so everyone would be on the Ultra Softs, but Nosey, who obviously he needs to pay Pirelli a special compensation or something, because obviously he doesn't have the same tyres as everyone else. Here comes Venstra now. He is in the second sector now. What is his sector like? What is his second sector like? He's done 124.1 in the second sector. Looking competitive here. Unfortunately, his teammate Twan, who was in the commentary box with me last week, is unfortunately was out of Q1. We come down the long back straight now. Now you heavy braking now for the hairpin. Now into the final corner then. Gone a bit wide. He's on the DRS straight away though, and what's he done? He's done a 131.7. We got a Red Bull next now, and that's Hardvark. What's he done? He's done a 131.2. We got McLaren next, and that's Vesely. Vesely comes across the line, and he has done a 131.1. Beautiful. And we also had, do we have anyone? Yeah, we have Johan crossing the line with 137. He's looking good. Smoke looks like he's having an adventure out there. Here comes Hunter, of course, the winner in race 1. Unfortunately, not very good. Remy's gone to a 131.7. Hunter comes across the line, and he has done a 132. Nosey has done a 143 on medium tyre. And we've also got the Mercedes drivers of Zijacqui, who's done a 131.1. Look how close it is. Incredible stuff between Vesely and And I've got a yellow flag in sector 2. We Then Blades has come across the line, but I think he's invalidated his lap, and we've got a 2 minute and 1 from Smoke, taking it a bit casually on his opening lap. We Then Blades, we got Johan going off the track there. Is anyone going for a second bite of the cherry? Just having a quick look down the field. I think, if anyone, it'd be Nosy because he's on the medium tyre. Weeze and Blades might be going for a second run because he invalidated his first lap time. Because Haas at the moment is second in the Constructors' Championship as he gets out of the way of the Ferrari. So Blades is not on a quick lap, so he's going to come in, change tyres, re-evaluate and go back out. On board with Smoke, who's in the Ferrari. China's a bit of a funny track. Some people like it, some people really dislike it. It's an odd one to get dialed into, really. Back in getting very tail happy there, Smoke is, as we watch the second half of Blades coming around. But yeah, China's a bit of a odd track. I must admit, I quite enjoy China. I definitely enjoy watching it. It's usually one of the best Grand Prix of the year. But as now Smoke comes down, this is obviously going to be an improvement because his first time is almost half a minute slower than anyone else, and he has run out of airs, but he comes around the final corner. He's going to complete his lap, and what's he done? He's done a 1:32, so that's 7 for the moment. Good time there from Smoke. And Nosy still out there at the moment. He's on a lovely Sunday night drive. And Blades is in the pits then. So far then, Remy is he going for a second run here, Remy? No, I think he's coming in the pits, but he's had 2 laps on those Ultra Softs now. I don't think Ultra Softs are very good for more than 1 lap. Yeah, so we're watching Nosy now. He is 5/10. He's half a second down on the Jochen, who is the current pole sitter in the Red Bull racing team. So half a second down. That will put him. My maths is really bad. It'll put him around 5th position where Remy is, but I think he's called it a day, hasn't he? Well, he's coming down the back straight. So then, I think there's a bit of a lull now in the final part of qualifying. But as this is a lull, let's just go through the Constructors' Championship, shall we then? So far we have the Toro Rosso team, who is on top at the moment, as we're on board with the Toro Rosso drivers, which is Nosy, who is making his debut this weekend. So he's already in a good position. We've got a Red Bull coming out of the pits now. Is that Hardvark? That is Hardvark. The car number 4 coming out of the pits now to start his second and final attempt. Well, maybe we get 2 laps because there's still 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this qualifying. But yeah, in the Constructors then we have Toro Rosso, who's at the moment on 50 points. Haas is on 30 points. They're 20 points behind the Toro Rosso team. Toro Rosso, in my opinion, my expert opinion as well, lol, has been the were the team to beat, really. But they are 2 strong drivers in Racer and Bilton, and now they've got another 2 strong drivers in Nosy and Bilton. Unfortunately, Bilton is out of qualifying today, but I do feel that he will be a very strong candidate to yeah, he'll be a very strong candidate for the race in terms of getting points. Sorry, someone just invited me to a party chat there. I better close my party before someone might come in and start, rapping at me or something. Right, anyway, back to the action. We've got Hardvark, who's just building up for his quick lap here. Anyway, back to the Constructors then. We've got Force India, who's only a point behind Haas at the moment. We've got Red Bull, who's on 27 points. The Red Bull is the car that Hardvark's driving. We've got McLaren, who's on 19 points, Sauber on 18 points, Renault on 12, Mercedes on 10, Ferrari on 1, and Williams are yet to score so far in the Constructors. And what about the drivers? Obviously these drivers are more concerned about the drivers because they're athletes. But we got Remy, who's done a very consistent season so far. He has finished 3rd in both races so far. Yeah, Remy's having Remy's having a very consistent season so far. He has finished third on the podium in both sets of races so far. He would like to keep that going. At the moment he's fifth at the moment as we're watching Heart of Arc. So we got 2 minutes and 10 seconds. I'm not. Who's going to be on pole? Who's my tip? Well, anyone. It could be Jochen. Vesley's done pretty well. The new driver of Z-Jack Wee is doing a good job as well. We've got Heart of Arc who's right in there. Remy, of course, is very consistent. You can never count him out. We got Venstra, of course, our driver of the day last week as well. Beautiful driving from Venstra last week. Well, but he unfortunately got involved in the chaos in the first couple of laps, but great comeback drive. Smoke slightly off the pace, but he's done three laps on those ultra soft tyres. We got Hunter, of course. I think he can go a lot quicker than that, Hunter, and of course Nosey, who has done 1:43 on medium tyre, and Blaze, who invalidated his lap. So we have, I would say, we got a candidate for at least 5 drivers that can get on pole position here. As Hard of Arc is coming down the back straight now, and he is coming to the hairpin. A big stop here, dropping down to second gear, 40 miles an hour. Back end a bit tail happy, but I think a lot of drivers like it. I like a good loose end. We come around the final corner now, and what can Hard Rock do? He wants to get. Unfortunately, that time was not very good, to be honest. So he would stay fourth at the moment. He's got time for another run, but how is his tyres going to be? We've got Vesley, who is not on a quick lap. Just taking a look to see who we've got, because we can follow. Hunter's on a quick lap. We've got Vestra, who's also on a quick lap. He's done a 1:31.7 there. He is 6th at the moment. Remy then coming down to the big braking point of the hairpin, dropping down to second gear as well. Did 40 miles an hour. Comes out now in the Haas. And coming around the final corner now, and what is he doing? He is doing on the curb. And he goes second fastest at 1:30.9. Great time, 3/10 quicker. We got another Haas in the background. It's Weeds and Blades. What's he doing? He is starting a lap now. So Weeds and Blades. Now this, is he finished? No, I think he's got time for one more. Nosey goes second with a 1:37. How close is that? My gosh, that is 0.04 of a second off pole position. What a time from Nosey. We're gonna have a battle royale, haven't we? In the we're gonna have a battle royale in the race later on. I'm really looking forward to it. So who's on a quick lap? We've got Hard of Arc, who's on his second quick lap. We've got Hunter, who improves his time by a second, but unfortunately is only 7th on the grid. Hard of Arc comes in the pit. So we've now got Venstra, who's in 8th position at the moment. So 2 minutes finish there. It is Smoke, who is going to be starting 9th at the most. We've also got Vesley, who's coming across the line, who is also going to be 4th, or no higher than 4th. We've got Venstra coming across the line, and he's 2/10 quicker, but unfortunately he will stay 8th position. We've got Mercedes Z-Jack Lee, and Jochen has gone fastest with 1:30.5. He's looking comfortable in that Red Bull, number 66. Nosey ain't going for no one, but Z-Jack V is now going fast. Look at that. 1:30.7. He is 0.02 of a second slower than Nosey, which means he would have been on the front row of the grid. Remy comes into the pits. Vesley has finished. So, and Weeds and Blades has gone third fastest. So great time from Blades. A 1:30. That is, oh my gosh, there's 0.02 of a second between Nosey, Blades, and Z-Jack Wee. Incredible. Look at that. Second, third, and 4th. That was quicker than that's closer than the time it takes to blink your eye. That's just incredible stuff. I think that is everyone done. What about Nosey? Nosey's cruising to the pits, so I think that's it then. So this is our grid then for tomorrow's Chinese Grand Prix. We got a Ferrari. Was that a Ferrari just going around? I don't know. Might have deceived me. Well, we've just got the AI racing each other at the moment. Don't worry, it'll be a lot more exciting in a minute. They won't be following each other around like this. Apart from the formation lap, obviously. But yes, then here we go then. So we have Jochen, who's fastest at the moment. Well, Jochen is on pole position. He's done a 1:30.5. Impressive time. And then look how close the next guys are. Nosey is second on a 1:30.7. 130.770. Then we got Blades, who's on a 130.771. We got then Zijak Wee, who's on a 130.772. That is incredible. It's amazing stuff. Oof. Wow. Right then. So this is the final top 10 results then from qualifying. Jochen is on pole position. Second, alongside him on the front row, we got Knowsley making his debut in the HR racing. Blades is third. Then we got Zijak Wee, who's in fourth position. We got Remy, who's fifth. Of course, Mr. Consistent leading the championship at the moment. We got Vesley in sixth position. Hardwork seventh. Hunter down in eighth. I think he would might be a bit disappointed with that. Ninth is Vinstra, and 10th is Smoke. Great bit of qualifying from Smoke. Unfortunately, his teammate might be in a bit of trouble though. Here we go, the main event, the race. Yeah, so Shanghai's been on the map, on the calendar now since 2004. It used to be one of the later races, if I remember. Back used to be like one of the final races back in the day, before it was switched. I think it was 2009 where it was switched from like one of the last races to like one of the first races. And I think it's just been one of the first races ever since. It's always been like. So it's been one of the first 3-4 races. Of course, this is where Red Bull got their first win as well, back in 2009 with Sebastian Vettel. Well, 1-2 as well, with Sebastian Vettel winning his first race for Red Bull here, and then Mark Webber got second. Oh, way back in the day when I was a young nipper. Right then, here we go then. So this is the race. Look at this. We've got Red Bull and we've got a Toro Rosso on the front row of the grid. Both horses are right in there. So as they come around now, let's just quickly get me stuff together. So we've got the telemetry, we've got me lap data on, even though I don't really need lap data, but I'd like to see what's going on. So on pole position we have Jochen. Alongside him we have Knowsley, we have Blades in third, we have T in fourth position, we have Remy fifth, Wesley sixth, Hardervark seventh, Hunter is in eighth position, ninth position is Vistra, 10th position is Smoke, 11th position is Dr. Surge, 12th position is McVicious, 13th is Bilton, 14th is Fosley, Killerman is in 15th position, we got Gooner in 16th position, 17th position we have Twan, of course joined me in the commentary box last week, good fun, and 18th position with NDSM in the Williams. Of course Williams hasn't got any points, they're the only team at the moment in the constructors with no points on the cards, and he's got number 1 on his car. Wow, I'm impressed by that. I don't really know how to do that, to be honest. Anyway, we're in the final sector now. Then Jochen is taking us around. Then Jochen would like to will need a strong before. He's 5 points behind Remy at the moment in the drivers' championship. So he would need a good result today. Of course, he's joint in third position at the moment with Hunter. So both Hunter and Jochen have had one DNS between them. Of course, Jochen in Australia and Hunter in Bahrain. In fourth position in the championship we have Vesley. He's been doing a very good job because he's classified as a reserve at the moment, Remy, but Vesley. But yeah, he's been here for both races so far. We have Bilton, who is fifth in the championship on 22 points. Brader, who is not here at the moment. He's a very quick driver, but unfortunately he is on 18 points. We got Fozzy on 16, Venstra on 12, Racer, who's no longer with us, on 10, Gator Nation, who's not here tonight, on 4, and Robot Boy, who's also on 4, but he is left the league. Right, so that's the top 10 in the Drivers' Championship. I think that would be completely changed because we've only got 5 points difference between the front three in the race for the championship. Twan got the 12th from the formation lap. That's never a good sign. Right, last car is lined up. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. 1 lights, 2 lights, 3 lights. We've got 4 lights. We've got 5 lights. We go now. A pause, and it is. Go, go, and it's going. Johan has a good run, has a good start, but also we got Nosey who's alongside him. We've got a bit of contact with one. Z has just knocked one. The Heart is right off the track. I think it's Weekend Blades has gone by. Vesey has now moved up into 3rd position. There's Chaos. What's happening at the back? We got a battle for the lead. We got Fozzie who's right off the track, but we got a battle for the lead, and all contact between Johan and Nosey, as of course they're wow. And Johan takes. We got a Force India diving down the inside there. That is Hunter. A great start from Hunter again. He's one of the better starters on the grid. Then, unfortunately, Tease is now down into 5th position. Blades is down to 6th position. We got Smoke up, and wow, big loser in that so far is Venstra, who's dropped down to 6th position. Is down in 15th position at the moment. We got a yellow flag in sector 2. And I have a feeling that that's one of the Renaults has got quite major wing damage there, and that's Fozzie. And look at this, we've got a bit of chaos in the foreground here. We've got some great battling here. We've got Mercedes of McVicious, who is right behind Gunnar, and I think was that contact between him and Killerman. I'm not sure, but McVicious is now wide, and Killerman is on board. Killerman, oh, contact, and Killerman has hit the wall quite badly. Oh dear. So Killerman is down in 18th position mode, but going back to the front then, we still got Jochen still leading at the moment. We've got Nosey second. We've got that's the Bollard gone already. Only took 1 lap. So Jochen is fastest. We've got a Ferrari right off the track there, and also we've got a Sauber, a Toro Rosso, a Bilton who's right off the track in the background. We've got Stone in the pits. That is McVicious in the pit. We've also got a Sauber, a Twans in the pits as well. Stock good pound for speed in the pits as well for McVicious. Unfortunately, it's just not going well at the moment for the Mercedes driver. And we've also got Killerman as well. He's coming in the pit. Whoa. And he is going on to the medium tyre, McVicious is. Twan is going on medium tyre as well, because it's too early, I think, to... Yeah, they're going to have to stop again. All these guys are going to have to stop again. Unfortunately, that's the race over with. Well, not literally, but figuratively, as we've got Killerman is coming in the pits, who's damaged his front wing between himself and McVicious. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. It's one of the Mercedes. It's T who's come off the track. He is dropping down the order. Unfortunately, we missed that because we was looking at the pit action as he's trying to rejoin the track, doing a very good job to rejoin the track. Good stuff. And we've got Ferrari or Smoke who's also had an excursion. Wow, shouldn't keep up with all this. Incredible. No, we got a battle. It's the front 4 now are kind of pulling away from Blades in 5th position. The 2 Haas's in 5th and 6th at the moment. So Jochen leads this race, and just 6/10 ahead of Nosey. Then we got a 3-second penalty for Dr. Surge. He's been a bit of a naughty boy today, as well, he wasn't meant to be taking part in qualifying, and then yeah, he's already got a penalty. So at the end of that then, so unfortunately Tease is down into 14th position. He's dropped 10 positions now, so that's a big shame for Tease. But the biggest winner then out of that was Hunter, who's gone at 4 positions. Well, I say that, but the MDSN of the Williams is actually up 8 positions. Of course, Williams hasn't got any points in the constructors at the moment, but he is up 8 positions and in 10th position already. Good stuff. Now we got another pit action, then it's Smokers in the pit. He is going on the soft tyre, and so is Jack Tease is also on the what's he on? Is he on the soft tyre? He's on the medium tyre. Oof. Well, bit of a messy start again, unfortunately, but yeah, it makes for good entertainment. It makes for good viewing, doesn't it? So at the moment then, Jochen leads by 7/10 of a second from Nosey, who's 2nd position. In 3rd position we have Vesley. 4th is Hunter, who's just dropping off now. He's on the ultra soft tyres on run. We haven't even got into the tyre strategy yet. So at the moment, out of the top 4, Hunter is on the ultra soft tyres. We've also got Dr. Surge on the ultra softs as well, and we've also got Hardavark, who's also on ultra softs. Everyone else is on the soft tyre apart from Bilton, who is on the medium tyre, so he's going for a longer first stint. And we also have Twan, who has come in the pits, and we have a car in the pits. It's Hunter's in the pits and in the Force India. So of course we was expecting him to be in early because he was on the Ultrasoft tyres. Dr. Surge has carried on, who's also on the Ultrasofts. I think Hardvark is in as well. Hardvark's in as well, and Hunter goes onto the soft tyre then on lap 4 then. So I must admit, this is an absolutely amazing start here from NDSM in the Williams, because Williams hasn't scored a point yet. But an absolutely beautiful start from this young man. He has gone from the back of the grid up into 8th position. Good stuff. Dr. Surge in 6th position at the moment. So we rejoin the battle for the lead then. And well, this is going to be great, isn't it? I'm looking forward to this. We have Jochen, we have the newcomer Nosey, and we have Vesley, who look very strong in qualifying as well. So these guys are now starting to stretch out their lead over Blades, who is second at the moment, 2.1 seconds. Dr. Surge is in 6th position on the Ultrasoft tyres still. He's going to need to come to the pits soon because those tyres are just going to fall off a cliff. Bilton, who's on the medium tyre, he is up in 9th at the moment. And yeah, we've got a couple of gaps there. We've got Twan and McVicious, who's quite close together. You might go and have a look at them in a second, but firstly I want to keep with these front three, as Jochen still gets the lead as we go into the hairpin now, and there's now a gap between 3rd and 4th, but again the two Haas's are right up there. I think that we were raving about the Toro Rosso team, but maybe we should also be talking about the consistency of the two Haas drivers, especially Remy, because consistency so far is the reason why Remy is leading the championship. As Jochen goes a bit wide, and Nosey is in 2nd position mode. We're back on board with Nosey now, going into turn 3. Oh, this is going to be good stuff. I can feel it in my bones. Going out to complete sector 1, and we're lovely nose camera now on board with Vesley in the Mercedes. As we've got one of Dr. Surge has gone right down. That's because he's in the pits, so in the Ferrari, so he's coming in the pits now, and he's coming out in looks like in 12th position. And Twan and McVicious having a bit of a vicious battle. Pun there. And and Twan now then, what's he doing then? He's having a look at McVicious. This is on the battle for 14th at the moment, but remember these guys are aiming at the long game, so I wouldn't start to fight each other too heavily, because you want to kind of push each other along so you can get back into the points later on. Twan looks like he's having a bit of lag going on there, so we might need to keep an eye out for Twan later on, because lag usually oh dear, and then lag usually makes it interesting. He's just in there. So Johan now is back with the leaders. At the moment, so we can't keep our eyes off the leaders at the moment, because yeah, they're so close together. Nosey has dropped off the pace now, and we have now Wesley, who's coming up right behind him in the McLaren. I keep thinking I'm going to say oh, McLaren Mercedes. Yeah, back in the good old days. And anyway, McLaren Renault is right behind the Toro Rosso Honda, as we're on lap 6 now, 28. So yeah. Oof. Right, let's take stock then. We've got Hunter, who's done a 1:35.9, so there's the pace from Hunter. Of course, won the first race of the season. Then we have Jochen, who won the second race of the season, and is looking good to win his second race career of the HR Championship. And if he does win, at the moment, as the standings go, my maths is terrible, so please bear with. As Hardvark goes 1:35.5. I don't think you get a point for the fastest lap. So yeah, so not yet. Probably in 2019 game you might do that. But yeah, Vesley is now in 3rd position, 7/10 behind Nosey. It's a bit strong at the moment. Hunter is right on the back of Gunnar, and here it is, coming up the inside there. Gunnar giving him just about some space, not a lot, but some. And now Hunter's on the inside, as he thinks better of that manoeuvre. Lovely helicopter cam here, and you see how this corner tightens up, and now Hunter's on the inside of him. There, beautifully done. Does he? I think he will also have DRS as well, actually, so he'll be able to pull away from the Renault now. He does have DRS, so he should be able to pull away from the Renault. But having said that, Gunnar is now going to have a look. possibly a brave move, but no, I think Gunnar thinks better of it. I think we've got a great battle between them. Yeah, we have. We've got an awesome battle between McVicious and Twan. This is the battle for 14th and 15th at the moment. Smoke is catching them up quite quickly as well in the Ferrari, who's down in 16th position. Then we've got yellow flag in sector 3, and that's Twan. Twan's off. He's trying to get back on the track. It's to the left. Oh! He's got a 10-second penalty for speed. Oh dear. He's got a 10-second penalty then for exceeding track limits. I think that's not deserved. But he's trying to get back on the track here. So he has been away doing international duty for a couple of weeks. So he's still trying to get back into this. We're back on board with the Halo cam. So yeah, bit of a shame for Twan. Having a difficult debut, isn't he, in the Sauber? And he will be in the pits again. We've had no retirement so far. Well, he was coming in the pits, but yeah, I think he might be. I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest. Yeah, I think he's just lost his enthusiasm. He has retired from the race. So that is our first retirement, but unfortunately, he has retired on the track. So. That is not a very safe area to retire for Twan. And whilst we've been looking at that, Vesley has dropped down a couple of positions. So apologies about that. We kind of got distracted there. I do get distracted quite easily. But Vesley has dropped down to 4th position, and Remy is now coming up to back of him as well. See, look at that, the back end is trying to step out now on Remy, as Dr. Surge is now up into 11th position. He's got by Fozzy, but we're going to go down and see what's going on between these two. It's down at the hairpin, and Fozzy is now in front of Dr. Surge. Dr. Surge! Surging off that last corner. The puns get worse. And now Dr. Surge then is now coming up to the inside in turn 1, and he's done it, but well, bit of a bad boy, isn't he, Dr. Surge? Because I think he just cut the last corner. But yeah, we've got a yellow flag in sector 3. We got Smoke who's out. Smoke is out. It's in the final corner, I think. We got a yellow flag as he. I'm not even sure where he is, to be honest. Well, Smoke's out as well, so that's unfortunate for Smoke, as we watch Killer Man then come across the line. Now the gap is 2 seconds, and whilst we've been going all over the show, the gap has now increased then between Jochen and Nosey, so it's up to 2.2 seconds now. Blades is in 3rd, he's a further 3 seconds back. Vesley 4th. Unfortunately, we missed what happened to Vesley, so hopefully we'll be able to find out soon. Remy is 5th, Venstra in 6th. He is 10 seconds back from Remy at the moment. 7th position is the Williams at NDSM. So as I keep saying, Williams have got no points so far, but definitely it's definitely and Smoke's left the session, unfortunately, as Bilton and Hunter goes into combat. Bilton has just lost the position to Hunter. Hunter is coming to pits, is on soft tires. He is on 4-lap old soft tires. Bilton's on 7-lap old medium tires. Bilton will have DRS as they come across the line now. And it's very difficult to overtake into turn 1, but Bilton might prove me wrong. No, not quite. Killer Man has got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. As we're on board now with Bilton in the Toro Rosso. His teammate Nosey is making his debut. He is up in 2nd position at the moment. This track is quite a difficult track to get your head around. It's it's you either dial in or you don't. As now we got the 2 Mercedes very close together, and let's go down and have a look to see what's going on between these two. As we're now on board then with Z-Jack Twee as his teammate McVicious. They're both on similar lap tyres. One's McVicious on 7-lap tyres, whilst Tweed is on 15 lap. 15 is 15th on the 6-lap road tyres as he comes down the outside of McVicious. Ooh, that would have been ambitious. And he's going to go on the inside now, and yes, he's on the inside. McVicious is down to 15th position. Bit unfortunate for on his debut as well, as we've got Hunter now, who's got a great battle between the Williams now, and and NDSM, and this is the battle for 7th position. He's got the inside line, a bit of contact into the final corner, and NDSM goes wide, comes back on the track. Bilton is in there as well. Bilton's going to be on the outside going into turn 1 now. And Bilton on the outside. That's a great move from Bilton. Unfortunately, we only caught the end of that, so he wasn't 100% sure what was going on. As we've got Venstra, who's in the pits and coming out on the medium tyre, so he's got 18 laps now. That'll be his one and only stop, I believe. So he should be able to go to the end now. I wonder if he's going to try and undercut as well, as NDSM is having a bit of trouble getting traction down there, and he is losing time behind Bilton now. So Bilton is just following Hunter now. He's up into 7th position. Hunter's up into 6th position. 6 laps on these tyres. Remy is a further 13 seconds back. There's a massive gap between 5th and 6th at the moment. So as we said then, Harvark and Vestra is in the pits, and he's come out. He's just in front of Zijat Tui, who's 11 seconds back as well. It's such a shame for because this man looks like he has a bit of pace in him. And then we've got Killerman, who's in that 16th position with the Williams. 2 retirements. We've got Smoke out of the race, and we've also got Twan out as well. And we got car in the pits. There's Nosey in the pits then, and Twan has left the session. And unfortunately, that is Davey race didn't go very well there. But here comes Nosey in the pits then for Tor Russell. Haas is in the pits as well with Weeds and Blades. Remy has carried on, and we've also got. They're going for the undercut then, and we've also got Vesley in the pits as well. So all 3 of these guys coming in the pits, and unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened to Vesley. We'd like to see. I'd like to know what happened. So because he was right in there before we took a tour of the grid, and coming out of the pits now is at Nosey. And so Bilton has gone by. So Nosey down to 5th. NDSM is struggling at the moment in the first Williams, sorry. But he's in front of Blades and Wesley. So that's another car for Blades and Wesley to overtake. Yeah, that's not. They didn't feed out in a very good position there. I think these guys are going to the end now. So I believe this is only a one-stop race. Hunter might need to make a second stop on the soft tyre. He is at the moment up into 3rd. We've got a bit of a gap then between Jochen and Remy, who is 1st and 2nd at the moment. But we are looking at the guys that have just come in the pit. So Nosey, I think, will be trying to undercut here. But of course, Jochen will have tyres which are slightly younger. As Blades is going on the outside, switching back. And he's going to go on the outside. That'll be impressive, isn't it? NDSM is really struggling to put the power down. I'm sure his name's Nick. So when I confirm it, I'll just call him Nick from now on. But yeah, NDSM then is still in front of Blades at the moment. Blades is coming back out, and we've got an overtake in front there. Nosey is now in front of Bilton, but we've also got Blades, who's now in front of NDSM as well. But NDSM is having a no contact, as no damage has been done. But yeah, might have been a bit optimistic there. But he's coming in the pits. I don't think any damage has been done, but it's about the right time for him to come in the pits anyway. There used to be a gravel trap there, as I alluded to in qualifying. Still breaks me. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. And Venstra is now having a look at Fozzie now, and this is the battle for 12th and 13th position then. Ooh, I wish you guys would give me a break. I'm struggling to keep up with all the action. Harvark is now in the 10th position then. So Venstra is now... And I'm not sure. Race control, we've got another 3-second penalty though, this time for McVicious. As now NDSM is on the medium tyre and is going to the end of the race. Even though it does look like yellow there. We have got Zijak Tui, who's in 14th position. He's on 9 lap old tyres. I think that he's had a bit of a tough race he has, but he's right behind NDSM. Now, so NDSM, he's come from the back of the field. He's done a great job so far, and he lunges up the inside, and he's got by NDSM because he had his tyres was right up to temperature. And yeah. So Killerman's in the pits. Jochen is still up. Bearing in mind, Jochen is on medium tyres, so I missed that. So I've done a Murray Walker there. I was getting very excited. I forgot they'd say Jochen is on the medium tyres, so he'll be going a lot further in this race. And Hunter is now up into 2nd position. Nosey is hunting Hunter down. Hunter has become hunted. Nosey is up in the third position, and Nosey's done a 1:35.1. Blades is up into fourth. Wesley's up into fifth. We've got Bilton into the pits. So on lap 13 in the medium tyre, I think he would have rather gone a bit further than that. Dr. Surge is now put to 7th position. And what tyres have got? We've got the soft tyres on. I thought that was the ultra softs then. I thought we were going to get some good laps out of Bilton, but unfortunately I don't think that we're going to have a fastest lap. Doesn't get a point at the moment. So Bilton is on ultra softs. So Bilton is on the ultra soft tyre. So Z-Jack Wee is now up into 10th position, and he's pulled away from NDSM in the Williams. McVicious in 12th, Hardrock 13th, who's just pitted and is on the medium tyre, as is Gunnar. We've got Fozzie who's coming out in pits now. I think that Fozzie's had a tough race here in China. He's had a good start to the season, but unfortunately he's just having a bit of a tough one. And then Killerman, who's in 16th position. Johan then. Here goes Johan coming down the back straight now, and to be honest, I think I'm getting myself confused because I think that Joachim has already been in the pits. So yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest. Anyway, Joachim comes across the line, and completes lap 13. Now we're half distance now in this Chinese Grand Prix, and we've got a bit of a wiggle on with one of the Williams behind. I think that was Killerman. Yes, it is Killerman getting lapped. So Nosey is back in the second now. He's on 3 lap old medium tyres. We've got a soft tyre. We got Hunter, who's just behind Nosey, who's on 10 lap old soft tyres. Wesley is on the medium tyres, as is Blades, who's right behind Wesley. This is going to get juicy, isn't it? It's going to get tasty in the 5th position. And Remy, who's just back in 6th position. Dr. Surge is 6 seconds back. And at the moment, they're starting to spread out now. So I think that we have got a good battle in between 1st and 2nd and 4th and 5th. Get on the power a bit there, Blades is, but of course once again both Haas drivers are right up there. And so far the retirement rate's not too bad actually. It's only 2 retirements so far. Twan, who just said that he's retired because of his connection issue, and of course we don't know what's happened to Smoke yet, but I think he lost it in the final turn. We couldn't see where he lost it, if he lost it on the inside or outside, but around that area as well. Killerman is about to get lapped in a 16th position. On a bit of a difficult day, Killerman is, yeah, we haven't seen what's happened to him, but hopefully his luck will improve, because at the moment Williams are the only team not to score at the moment, and his teammate NDSM is down in 11th position. And here comes Wesley now, who's just up Killerman. And whoa, Killerman has gone into the side of Blades. Oh no, a 3-second penalty. Oh dear. I think he's damaged his car. Yeah. Oh, what a shame. Blades is in the pits. Oh dear, oh dear. I don't know what to say. Unfortunately, Blades is in the pits now. What's he going to go on then? Is he going to go on the soft tyre? He's damaged his front wing. Built a match, has done a 1:34.5 on the ultra soft tyres. He is up in the 7th position. Blades then going out the pits now. He is on the soft tyre. He is down in 10th position. He's going to lose. He's going to be in the points still. There's Blades coming out the pits now, and the Williams just gets in front. But Blades straight back in there. Oh, bit of contact. There's I can't see his damage to the front wing there, but NDSM has dropped down back out of the top 10. Initially he was back in the top 10, but now he's dropped back down. So Blades is now out in 10th position, and yeah, I think there'll be a steward's inquiry about that, unfortunately. So yeah, shame really. So what's going on up front? And Joachim then, who has got a 5-second lead over Knowles at the moment. This man is looking very strong in the championship, isn't it? He's going for a 2nd race win in 3 races, looking very, very confident in the Red Bull. Knowlesy though, of course, making his debut today. He's doing a very good job. We're just over half distance now in this Chinese Grand Prix. Knowlesy is 2nd, he's 5 seconds back. We got Hunter, who is 3rd on 11 lap old soft tyres. I don't think he'll be able to go to the end on those soft tyres, so we have to come in again. We've got Vesley in that 4th position. We got Remy, who's in 5th position. Dr. Surge is in 6th position. Who's on 10 lap owed. He's on 10 lap owed soft tyres. Unfortunately, Dr. Surge. There's a question about whether he's going to be able to get these points because he shouldn't really have qualified. But he's on a really good race, unfortunately. Unfortunately for him, if he does get kicked out, because I think he's done a great job. It's a shame that he shouldn't have took part in qualifying. Bilton is in 7th position in the ultra soft tyres. We've got Venstra in 8th position on the medium tyre. 9th position is Z-Tac Dwee, who is on the 13 lap medium tyre, and Blades, who's just, of course, unfortunately got involved in a back marker and has dropped down to 10th position then. And now we've got NDSM is struggling in the Williams all of a sudden. He's only just come onto those medium tyre, and all of a sudden he's just not sure if he's lost rhythm or what, but he's losing time to Blades, who of course Blades only just come on the pitch, but now McVicious is now on the back of him as well. Completing sector 1, then he's come out of turn 5. Yeah. So we've got a bit of a lull in the race at the moment. Yeah, I feel that I feel quite bad for Blades there, because he was fighting for podium position as when the Mercedes goes off in the background there of McVicious. Yeah, he was fighting for a podium, and yeah, looks like Killerman must have misjudged his braking as we got Hunter in the pits. Hunter in the pits in the Force India. So what is he going to come in on? Of course, he hasn't got no teammate this week as Gator Nation is not in the race. As Hunter comes out of the pits now, is the Dr. Surge, who is still is on. Oh, this is getting. Dr. Surge. Wow, done a Schumacher there, didn't he, on Barry Killer, but Dr. Surge has gone wide, and Bilton is going to go on the inside. Dr. Surge, turns in, oh dear, and Dr. Surge, I'm not sure what this is. This is not ramming. And as Verstappen would say, he's trying to play bumper cars. That's yeah. Now Dr. Surge has gone on the inside, and Bilton Matt is now going for the switchback and he's going to go on the outside. So he's going to go right around the outside, and the Ferrari then cuts back on the inside. Then we've got Hunter now, who's right on the back as well. Bilton having a bit of a tough race here, and unfortunately Dr. Surge is not making it any easier for him either. We've got as McVicious is now up into 11th position. He's got by the Williams as and Venstra is just behind him. But Dr. Surge is on quite old tyres now. He's on 12 lap old soft tyres, and Bilton is going to the back of him. I think I didn't see any debris come off, but he might have damaged his front wing. It looks like he's alright on that on board. Hunter now on the inside, but Bilton is giving him a squeeze. This is going to be a good drag race coming down to the hairpin now. Bilton will have DRS, and he's going on the inside as Dr. Surge has got no answer for that, and Hunter is also by well, but Hunter is unfortunately and Hunter now going up the inside, and he's through. But Bilton is trying to come back on the outside. He's got the line into the final corner, but is he going to slot on the inside, or is he going to go in? No, it's going. Oh, contact again, and that's Hunter. The Hunter is sticking on the outside there, and we got Dr. Surge. I think he's just coming to the pits because he's not in the background anymore. But Bilton is still in 5th position. As we've got a 10-second stop and go penalty for hard work for cutting the corner. Bilton's still in front of Hunter now at the moment. Bilton is on 5 lap ultra soft tyres, and then we've got Vistra just behind him, and we got Twee in the Mercedes. I might have to ask him how to pronounce his name. Twee in the Mercedes on 15 lap of medium tyres is going quite strong. He's taking the points now. Vicious is 10th. NDSM is 11th, and he's struggling for the second half of this race. NDSM is. Hardvark is 12th, right behind it. NDSM. Dr. Surge has come out on soft tyres. He's got fresh soft tyres. We've got 2 Reynolds in 14th position, a Gunnar and a Fozzie, and Killerman, who is 40 seconds off the back. And now we've got Hunter, and Bilton is fighting now. Fighting now for 5th position. I think that's well, I think we're going to have a couple of stewards inquiries again, unfortunately, after this race. As Bilton and Hunter now having a good old scrap for 5th position. Unfortunately, Bilton's on the ultra soft tyres, which are 5 laps old now, and are probably just about the end of their life. Hunter now up into 5th position, and he will have DRS as well, which means that that's the move down, I think. So. So Hunter now then up into 5th position. Because he's third at the moment in the championship. He's joined third in the championship at the moment. Sorry, joined second in the championship at the moment with Jochen, who's at the moment got a 5-second lead over Nosey in the leadless race. Jochen hasn't really featured much, unfortunately. His first couple of laps was pretty tasty, but since then he's he's just been having a lovely Sunday drive. Hunter is now 18 seconds behind Remy, and Remy is on 7-lap old tyres, so I think that it's going to be a big ask for Hunter to close that down. Bilton is in 6th position, Vestra is in 7th position. I'm really impressed with this Mercedes driver, Jack Twee. 16-lap old medium tyres, and he is now only 2 seconds away from Vestra, and 3 seconds away from Bilton, and 4 seconds away from Hunter. So this man has been quietly getting back up there. Blades, unfortunately, he shouldn't be down here either. It's such a shame, but Blades is now in 4th position as well. He is catching on Twee, who's in 9th position. McVicious is 10th at the moment. We've got Hardvark, who's charging quite hard. He's in 11th position mode. He wants to get that final points, but remember, he's got a couple of penalties under his belt. But he would like to get back up into the points. McVicious has got 17-lap old medium tyres, so he might be a sitting duck, even though Hardvark is on a bit of a weave in there. Might be formation lap or something. Anyway, coming now into the back straight, and the 1.2 kilometre back straight, possibly. And now these lovely long right-hander banking, and now coming down the back straight. They like that T-cam, don't they, on the back straight? But he's not got DRS. He's homing in. He's going to go on the outside. He should have the pace. Weezan Blaze has got a 3-second penalty, and beautiful bit of defensive driving there from Vicious. And Harnvark is still in 11th position, but Vicious is coming into the pits. Bilton's also in the pits as well, in the tour. So we've got a yellow flag in sector 3. We got that's McVicious. I think he's done a Hamilton, and oh my gosh, I think McVicious is out of the race. We've got a car spinning, haven't we? It's Killer Man. Killer Man is just on the grass trying to get out of the way. I think McVicious is out of the race. Yes, I think he's just he's retired in the pit lane. So Bilton is now coming to the pits in the 12th position. He is now going to be going to the end on those soft tyres. He will have pace, and he would still be aiming for some good points. And the SM is 11th. Dr. Surge is in at 10th position. Hardervark is in at 9th position. Blades is now up into 8th. Twee is up into 7th position. We've got Vistra, who's in at 6th position on the 10-lap old tyres. And so I think that I've been thinking that Twee's going to struggle now. Z-Jack Twee is going to struggle now because he's on 17-lap old tyres. But yeah, he's still got some good pace in that Mercedes, hasn't he? Very strong driver. And he still goes around again on that 21 out of 28 then. Unless he's wonder if he's going to just bolt on a set of ultra softs, or is he going to go to an end? That's probably that's his two options now. Built-in all over the back of whoa, we got some lag again. NDSM has got a bit of lag, and then now coming across the line, and so Bilton is out of the points at the moment, so he's got 7 laps to rectify that, and he's going to go on the inside. He's really struggling in the second half of the race, hasn't he, the Williams driver? Very slight love tap there, and Bilton's got by, and up next is Gunnar in 13th position. Gunnar in 14th position, and he is now right behind the Williams driver. The Williams having a couple of issues in the second stint here. So up next is Dr. Surge in the Ferrari in 10th position. Hardervark is in 9th position. Remember, he has got a couple of penalties. These on Blades is so we've got Vistra, we got Z-Jack Twee, and we got Blades, and all fighting for 6th, 7th and 8th. These guys kept them on their toes tonight, blimey. So we got 3 retirements, unfortunately. McVicious, I think, has retired in the pit lane because that's where he was going, and next thing he was retired, so I think he's yeah, bit unfortunate because he was fighting for the back end of the points and he would have been on some really quick tyres towards the end of the race. Smoke is out of the race as well. I wonder if Smoke did a similar thing because we couldn't see him when he retired and there was a yellow flag around there, so I'm wondering if that's where he went as well. And of course we got Twan, who retired because he had awful, in his words he had awful connection, and we got a lock up there from Tweed, who's in at 7th position. He's chasing down Vistra as Dr. Surge and Hardvark are going into battle on. Dr. Surge is on 4 lap. He's basically just changed his tyres. Hardvark is on 9 lap tyres, so he's going. Oh, I really thought there was going to be an accident there. Very close. I thought he was going to lose his front wing or turn Dr. Surge inside out. Bilton is going to be on the back of these guys in a minute in the Toro Rosso. He is just pitted and is on fresh soft tyre. As Dr. Surge now, I'm going to stop with the surgeon jokes now. I think this guy is in 9th position and going through the second sector. He should pull away from Hardvark now, but remember this is all penalty dependent. I haven't really been keeping track of the penalties in this race, but I know Hardvark's got a couple of penalties, and we have got a change between Knowlesy, and that's because Knowlesy's in the pits. Has he got damage, or is this just part of the strategy? We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. And that's gone away now. But oh, as Vistra and Blaze is now through. Blaze is through, and it's got by Z-Track-Twee, who's still not stopping on 920 lap medium tyre. And now Blaze is now on Vistra. Vistra, so what's it going to do? We've got ultra soft tyres now for Knowlesy, and Blaze is on the outside. Brilliant driving, absolutely stupendous. Vistra's got, and he's been knocked wide. He's been knocked wide by Z-Track-Twee, who is now up into 7th position. Vistra has lost 2 positions in the first 2 corners of this on lap 23. So the Sauer driver down into 8th position. So we want to see what Knowlesy's doing. Knowlesy is 9 seconds back from Remy, who has just gone onto the ultra soft tyre. And we're talking of, we thought that Remy was, Knowlesy was paying for his tyres because he hasn't used that many in qualifying in the race, but he's now on the ultra softs and he's hoping to have a bit of a blitz now towards the end of this race. So the gap between Jochen and Ovesi is at 15.8 seconds, both on the same lap old tyres of 12 laps. Remy's on 11 lap old soft tyres, so his tyres are probably past their best now. Hunter is further 5 seconds back in 5th position. Lays is on a comeback drive in 6th position, and we've also got Remy in the pits as well on the soft tyre. So Remy is in the pits in the Haas, and Knowlesy coming out of the final corner now, and he will move back up in the 3rd position. So these guys are definitely giving Wesley a food for thought, and then we got 5 laps left, and the gap is 14 seconds. Hunter is now up in the 4th position, as Wes now Remy comes out now in 5th position. Is Blades gonna? No, he's at the moment he's just behind his teammate Blazers. As we're now going to have a battle royale, I think, between Z-Track-Twee and Vestra for 7th position. Of course, Twee is on 21 lap tyres. That is most by almost 9 laps, 8 laps, because Vesley's on the 12 lap tyre, 13 lap old tyres, I should say, in 2nd position at the moment. Oof. Been some good racing in this race. Obviously there's a couple of flash points which the stewards might have to look at. Yeah, unfortunately Blaze was a victim of one of the accidents, and we're back on board then with Vistra. Dr. Surge is a further 14 seconds down the road, but Hardvark is not really giving up, is he, on that? He's not giving up on that final point scoring position. We've got Bilton Matthews right behind him as well. Bilton also on a recovery drive in the Toro Rosso. His teammate who's making his debut is up into 3rd position at the moment. So we've still got 15 runners and riders left in this race, as Bilton having a look at Hardvark in 10th position. Knowlesy's just at a lap of 1:33.691 on the ultra soft tyres, so you're expecting some quite quick laps towards them. So Bilton is coming out now out of the final corner, and Hardvark, as we've got Dr. Surge in front of him. Bilton, he got on board with the halo cam again, and now he's going to go on the outside. Vistra's got a 3-second warning, so that's going to hurt his cause. And Hardvark has spun it. Hardvark spun it onto the hairpin. And Dr. Surge is still in front then of Bilton. As Dr. Surge goes wide, he's got a 3-second penalty. Hardvark has come in the pits then in the Red Bull, so he's going to be putting on some quickie, sticky tyres to the end of this race now. And hopefully he can, as Dr. Surge is on 7 lap both tyres, it might be too much for Hardvark to oh, we got contact, and Gunner, I think that was a bit of a as Hardvark has got a 5-second penalty as well, so he's stuck in the pit. So we've got contact in between the Williams and Gunnar, 11th and 12th position. These guys are not far out from a point now, so they just need to keep going so that they can, they might be able to scrape a point here. Hardvark out in 30th position. Fozzie's in the pits now, he's going to be coming onto the ultra soft tyres as well. Killerman is in 15th position. So Johan is just driving along oblivious to what's going on behind him. Wesley is staying out now, so Wesley has played his cards and is just now going to be going to the end now. It's a 10-second gap then with 3 laps to go, so this is going to be interesting between Wesley and Nosey. Hunter is a further 10 seconds back, but Remy is hunting down Hunter in 4th position. We've got Blades, who is in 6th position behind his teammate. He is on the soft tyres. We've got Twee, who is on 22 lap old tyres. I think he's driving a superb race. Excellent stuff to keep those tyres going. Vinstra 8, Bilton is up into 9th. We got cars off the track here. Dr. Surge, oh my gosh, I'm not even sure what to say. Bilton has just been, that's disgusting. Bilton's retired, and I'm not surprised. That's just awful. His car is on the track. I'm not even sure what to say about that. That was just woeful. MDSM in the Williams is now into the points. Booner is also on the points. Right, these two clashed a minute ago. Hardvark will be up into 11th, but that's just incredible. It's really incredible. Yeah. And we got a 3-second penalty again for Killerman, so Hardvark is up to 12th. Bilton had a tough day anyway, but that was just, Killerman trying to get through turn 3 now. So Jochen is now 17 seconds in front of Wesley. So yeah, we're going to be keeping an eye on now. I think it's too much of an ask for Nosey, but he is coming and he is going to get on the podium in his first race. Hopefully that's not a commentator's curse. He's up in the third now. Hunter is 4th. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think that was Gunnar just getting lapped now behind him. Sorry, it wasn't. It was Falls getting lapped. We got Blades is now in 6th position. Twee is in 7th position in the Mercedes. Vestra is 8th. 9th position is NDSM, who's pulling away now from Gunnar, who is in at 10th position. Hardvark 11th. Fozzie in 12th. Had a miserable race Fozzie this weekend. He's been the points in the first 2 races. Unfortunate for him, but as I said, China's a bit of an odd track. Is yeah. And now then, we're on lap 27 then of the Chinese Grand Prix. We've got 1 more lap to go, and well, Jochen has really been in trouble, and this will be his second win. His second win in 3 races. To be honest, in Australia he looks good as well, but we had a bit of action in the front there in Australia, didn't we? Unfortunately, and of course Hunter, a great drive to take the win by basically being consistent. And but in Bahrain, this man was just in the league of his own, and again today his strategy's been perfect. He's coming up to lap 1 of the Williamses. So we've Wesley in 2nd position, Nosey in 3rd, Hunter 4th, 5th is Remy. So I think this is probably the battle that we should keep an eye on. Because Remy at the moment is the championship leader, but as it stands, he will not be the championship leader for long. He'll still be in front of Hunter, I believe, but taking a bit too much grass into the final corner. And we're on lap 28 now then. So on the final lap, Blades is 6th. Can Twee get to the end of the race on 25 lap old tyres? That is incredible. Then we got Venstra in 8th position. 9th position is Nick, I hope it's Nick, and NDSM, and Gunnar is 10th now. He's dropping back. 11th hard work, 12th Fozzy, 13th Killer Man. And now we're just going to ride with Johan now as he comes down the back straight for the final time. It's going to be an incredible drive on it, very well managed, very well controlled. I know, to be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing what hopefully Brothers will come back in this, or hopefully Brothers will be back in the next race, because I'd like to see them lock horns with Wesley, Knowlesy, and of course we've got a very quick driver as well coming through. But Johan wins the Chinese Grand Prix in fine style, and the wins just go onto the back of him. Brilliant drive there from Johan. We got Wesley in second in the McLaren, 15.3 seconds back. Also on the 17 lap, on 18 lap old tyres, good stuff. Knowlesy is in third. I think he had the ultra soft stem for the final stint, and yeah, I think it was a good idea, but unfortunately nothing happened there. But that's our podium finish. We have Johan, Wesley, and we have Knowlesy, and then in fourth position we have Hunter, who is fourth. I think Remy has now lost the lead in the championship, so he is down. He is in fifth position. We've got Blades in sixth position, and Blades should have been fighting for the podium really. We got Twee, who's in seventh position, a great driver in 26 lap old tyres. Venstra is in eighth position, and then we have got, I'm not sure what's happening with the Williams. I think that I'm wondering if that's the Williams that drove into the back of Jochen now. But anyway, Gunnar now coming around the final corner, and Gunnar will get ninth position. To be honest, he hasn't really looked like scoring points in this race. It's been a difficult race for both Renaults. And then we got NDSM, who will, I believe, give Williams their first points of the season. So now all constructors, well, of course barring any investigations and things like that, but I think that but I'm quite certain that will be points then for NDSM. Wow, what a race, what a drive again from Jochen there. His second race win in 3 races. He is looking the class of the field at the moment. Beautiful driving. Wesley in second, and of course David Knowlesy takes third position in the Toro Rosso. Toro Rosso still looking strong in the constructors. But of course Haas will be right on their tails, and I think that Haas have got 2 very strong drivers in Remy and also Weezen Blaze as well. This championship is far from over though. So then, let's just take a quick look at the standings. So Jochen wins there from pole position to checker flag. Second was Wesley, a great drive from coming up to second position. We got Knowlesy in third position. Had a bit of a strategy gamble towards the end, but of course I think he has the fastest lap. Hunter is in fourth position. Good solid drive from Hunter from 8th to 4th. Remy in 5th position. 6th position is Weezen Blaze. Of course, he's got a 3-second penalty there, but I think a lot more should be happened. Same for Twee as well. In 7th position, a great drive for Twee. 26 lap old tyres on the medium tyres, impressive. Venstra in 8th, Gunnar in 9th position, 10th position, and the first point for Williams is NDSM. And just going down, we've got Hardvark in 11th position. He's got the most penalties with 10. Fozzy in 12th position. He is had a difficult day, both runner drivers there, and Killerman in 13th position, 2 laps down. And yeah, so those are the only finishers. Right, well, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you in a week's time in Azerbaijan. That's going to be an entertaining race, I can assure you of that. Well, thank you all for joining us for HR Racing round 3 of the championship. There's a lot to discuss, and I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing some more Paris notices in qualifying for Azerbaijan. Hopefully it don't rain though, because it threw me off my game. Anyway, thanks for joining. We'll see you in a week's time. Goodbye.